That's Alyssa.
Stitching at a cabin.
Today is July
The 29th.
29th, 2020.
And it's
Hi.
still Jolly July technically, so that's what I'm stitching the rest of this week, even though there's only one more day. 2 more days.
If you're coming back, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And if
2
you're
more
new,
days.
maybe you'll find something you like.
New.
Maybe. She was just watching videos with monkeys, and now I'm terrified. I don't want a monkey. Monkeys are too much like humans.
Very human-like. I'm trying to convince her to go to the zoo with us, because she originally said yes, and then she was like, but it's like an hour and a half away. I was like, no. You gotta go to the zoo. Now I showed her pictures of this pet monkey, or this video of pet monkey. And I'm like, see? Imagine seeing those monkeys, but big up close.
No thanks.
Okay, but you're going.
I want to go to the zoo, but it's not close. And it's going to be hot. And because of COVID, the tram things aren't working. So you have to walk the entire thing.
But
probably
there's
okay.
going to be less people.
True.
Because they have it like way cut down. So that means like you're going to be able to see everything without having to do that. Oh, the animal is doing something cool and everybody is grouped here.
Well, all you have to do is just cough and everybody will scatter.
Okay, we're not doing that. If you do that, you're not allowed to go.
Just thumbs down because, you want to. I'm just kidding. Please don't. It should be short. I know I said that last time, but this time really it should be short. Whips. I don't have any haul. We got a spin.
I have haul.
Maybe.
Why didn't you include me
You
on
have
this?
haul?
Yes.
Oh, kinda.
Don't
Okay.
kinda me.
Okay, she has
Don't
haul.
kinda
She
me.
has haul.
Look, she doesn't even want me to be a part of this. She's like, just leave. Just leave. I don't even want to include you.
Please be a part.
Come in.
We work together. It doesn't count when you're together.
And I like licked you last episode, but
Did you actually lick me?
I don't
know
think
you
so.
rubber banded me, but okay, we don't have to do the licking thing.
you sounded disappointed.
Teeny bit of other. I don't even have anything in the wedding category.
Not really. I'm like, pretty much we're positive we're canceling it, and I'm kind of deciding whether we should just cancel it. Like whether we should
That
even
made
try.
no sense. We're thinking
Well-
about canceling it, and then I'm trying to decide if we should cancel it.
Well,
I
we're
don't
thinking
understand.
it will be canceled,
Okay.
and we're planning as if it is canceled.
Okay. That makes
So
more
should we
sense.
just cancel it so that way we at least know for sure? There's no penalty.
Okay, by cancel, you just mean move it
Yeah,
to
to
next
next
year,
year.
and then still get married, but next year's a vow renewal.
Yeah, and the wedding. Don't you fight me on this.
I told her that next year, if she does the wedding thing now, the little teeny tiny one, and then does the vow renewal with the big ceremony and reception and all that, she should not mislead people, and she should admit that she got married this year, and she should call it a vow renewal.
Oh, wedding
And she
slash
says,
vow
no,
renewal.
it's a wedding. I'm like, no,
It is
it's not.
celebrating.
It's a vow renewal.
It is celebrating the wedding. It is not celebrating the vow renewal because we never got to do the wedding celebration. So it is the celebration for the wedding.
It's a vow renewal.
Maybe, but it's mostly celebration for wedding.
Vow renewal. We can argue about this at the end. Alright, you want to go first this time? You want to be new and different, or you just want me to show keto like I always do?
Can we do the trees? Because my other thing leads into the haul, so
Okay, we can
it
do
makes more
trees.
sense I go in the end again.
I have not updated mine since Sunday's leaf, I think. I updated it on
Ooh.
Monday, but it was Sunday's leaf.
Ooh, really?
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday have not been updated.
Oh, today's Wednesday, though.
Today's
huh?
Wednesday, yeah.
Oh, so maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I did on Monday? Did I do it on Monday?
Oh, I don't keep
Did I
track
do it
of
on
you.
Thursday?
I'm not the
No,
boss of you.
I must have 3
I'm the
days.
boss of me.
Maybe.
Actually, I am your boss.
Yeah.
So I am the boss of you.
I think I did it on Monday. I think.
So it should look the same. Because I did it Monday, but I
Yeah.
didn't update Mondays.
Are you there? I think so. Yeah, we're in the same spot. Yeah. Go! It's hot.
Hot.
It got cooler near my house.
Actually, sometime when I fill in whatever, it's going to be using the hottest color. Yeah, it hit the hottest temperature at the cabin that has been this year, which is
Concerning.
the hottest color on my...
So do you think it's
Dang.
still charted, or you have your color ranges good, or?
I do, because I think that's as hot as it's going to get. In fact, the day before it happened, I was thinking, oh, this is so sad. I may not get to use that hottest color.
Oh.
And then I checked the thing and I was like, oh,
We have a
I
heat
get to use
advisory
it.
for my house the next 2 days. So
Don't we all summer? Isn't it just one constant heat
there's
advisory?
a specific heat advisory for tomorrow and the next day.
Is it supposed to be over 100?
It's supposed to be 107 to 108 at my house.
That is 37, but it's probably about 40 Celsius. I
Hey
would think.
Siri, what is 107 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius?
107 degrees Fahrenheit is 41.7 degrees Celsius.
That's close.
What'd you say?
I said somewhere around 40. So 41.7 is 107. So it's supposed to be 41.7 Celsius
It's
at
hot.
the house. I don't know what it's going to be at the cabin or here. I didn't check. But if it's 107 at your house, it's probably 105 here.
Yeah.
Really close to it, at least. I'm going to wait before I stick that back in because I have a tendency to lose my needle that
And
way.
I think that heat advisory was for the cooler part of my neighborhood where the weather station's actually working currently, because the weather station I've been using went offline for like 5 days, which is
Oof.
unhelpful. So it might even be hotter, but hopefully not too bad. Not too much worse, sure.
I think September, October is actually about the hottest around here, which is odd.
Kind of depends. Kind of depends.
Odd hands.
You should remind me when I get home that I have to grab the stuff for the DMV appointment tomorrow.
You have to go to DMV tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm getting my real ID, guys, because in case you don't know and you live in other parts of the United States, California is like the last people to get it done. We were like,
true?
we already
did
extended
not
our
know that.
deadline once to
Did they
October
extend
of
it
this
again?
year, and they extended it again.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they extended it again.
I did mine. I did mine last year. Beginning of this year. Last year. I did mine last year. So I have mine.
I need all my
I can
proofs.
fly.
I gotta make sure I have all my proofs.
I think the real ID just makes it so that you can go into government buildings and you can fly.
Yeah.
Without having to show like a passport. Although I have a passport, so.
I don't, but that would have been a very helpful tool to bring to the DMV.
Passport hands!
So hopefully I don't fail at the DMV.
It's pretty hard to fail that at the DMV. Just bring lots of different things.
I
I've
know.
got
I'll just bring
lots of
everything.
different things.
Well, I'm worried about bills because I was going to keep one and then I forgot this was coming up. So I'm not sure if I have a bill that was mailed to our address.
don't have
because,
to.
Well, you have to have a bill that's in your name that goes to your house.
You don't have to.
I was pretty sure that was one of the requirements.
You
and
have to have like a birth certificate.
I have
you
that.
can have a passport.
I don't have that.
You can have your registration or insurance documents. You can have your home insurance documents.
not
You
my
can
name.
have.
Oh, actually, my name is on
utility-
that. My name's on the home insurance.
You can have utility
Yes,
bills.
you're right.
Like, it's a
You're
lot
right.
of different things.
Okay, we're good. I got
Yeah.
stuff. We're
When I did
fine.
mine, it was still a long wait, even though I had an appointment. But I
Yeah.
brought like 1,000 different things, and they ended up only using like my passport and something
only supposed
else.
to be
And I
two,
was like,
but-
whatever.
Yeah.
So then I got it and everything, and then I get a letter from the DMV saying, we made a mistake, you need more documents. And so instead of having to give them more documents, they just said, sign this and send it back, and that's proof that you're at this address, that's good enough. So it's 3, not
Okay.
2. It's 3. And I had them all. It was not my fault. But they even take it to a supervisor and have the supervisor check. It's really nerve-wracking because you're standing there and the supervisor's like looking down and she looks up at you and you're like,
I promise this is me. I'm not.
she looks down, she looks up, and she does stuff, and they have a conversation, and then the person comes back to the counter all depressed, like, and they're like, okay, stamp. I'm like,
Unfortunately, Jacob and I have appointment for the same day, but not the same time. They're like an hour apart from each other.
I bet they'll smush you. It's a DMV, they
Yeah,
won't smush you.
yeah, exactly.
Never mind.
Exactly.
You want to see
go
Keto?
ahead.
Keto.
Keto berry.
I had the page finished last time, but I didn't post on Instagram until now, recently. Here we go. Oosh. I don't know how well you can see that. She's got a lot of head. Doesn't she have a lot of hair?
Yeah.
I'm shocked how much
From
head
the back,
she has.
I can tell how much.
But if you look at the actual picture, it's because like she has this braid thing that goes around, so it's like a lot of head.
Extra floofage.
Yeah. So I'm getting through that. Although I think, and now I could be wrong, because you know that happens every once in a blue moon, or every time I work on the Chatelaine, but I think there's a teeny bit of her forehead coming on the next column over. Looking at Pattern Keeper, there's something all of a sudden like it's curvy a little bit, and
Yeah.
it's all different symbols than what I've been using. So I think it might be just the tippity tip of her head.
I don't think so. Look how much more hair she has.
I know, that's what I keep thinking too, but it's certainly a change in color. So I don't know what's
that's
going
so exciting.
on.
She
One
has lots of
column
head.
over, it's gonna change, but
Lots of head.
it's a weird way of saying it. I agree with you, it just sounds a little
All right.
Okay, my Chatelaine, as always, I didn't work on it that much. Work is crazy busy.
Thought you were gonna say, as always, I messed it up.
Well, that too. I keep saying it's busy, and I'm going to try harder next week. And I will continue that. It's just, summer is our busiest time at work. And it's
oddly
crazy busy.
It's oddly, and it's like weird stuff. Like,
Yes,
today I
strange.
spent like an hour just trying to fix an email problem because when I sent an email through the system, it wouldn't work, but when I sent it directly to this person, it worked. We're just trying to figure it out. His mouse wasn't working. Our system was rebooting. It was just...
It's crazy, the stuff that... Because, like, I thought today's going to be a really slow day.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we're going to do all day. It's going to be slow because I've done so much. Like, the rest of the week, there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
I was busy all stinking day, and I didn't stitch... I only stitched, 10 minutes on this? If that?
Yep.
If
maybe,
that.
Maybe. Not a full lunch break, that's for sure.
So I'm down here. I said to Alyssa the other day, this is horrible. I don't like this part. These flower things are not easy. They're not landing in your normal over the 2 hole. It's the in-between holes, and it makes it really hard to count, and it's so much. And yes, that one is in the wrong place. It sticks up too high. I know I should fix it. I don't know. I don't want to.
Are you pouting? Because I feel like you're pouting.
Yes, I'm pouting.
I really like your gold surrounded blue things. Those look really pretty.
Thank you. Those are in all the corners
They look really good.
of all of them.
This is
I
the part
actually-
she's complaining about. She's complaining about those parts.
I actually went online
there.
and Googled Herbularius and images.
Okay.
And I was looking at this part I'm working on. And so I wanted to see what other people had done to see if this looked like mine. Or if it looked more manicured.
Mm-hmm.
And it was quite manicured, except it wasn't the right thing. It was a different square in that spot. So then I had a panic attack of like, oh no, I got my squares reversed somehow. I was really like, well, I'm not undoing any of them, so I guess I'll just have a unique one.
Mm-hmm.
So then I went out and I Googled the actual pattern, like the picture from like the actual Chatelaine website. Mine's not backwards, hers is. Or his. I don't know
Well,
who did it.
maybe.
Mine's not wrong.
Could it be the way they took the picture?
No, because I compared it to the outside, the arches,
Yeah.
the flowers, because that's the easiest
Okay.
way to do it is to look at like these flowers and these flowers, because like well, you can't really see that, but the flowers are all different,
Yeah.
the sets of flowers. And so I was like, no, it's all the same,
Okay.
except hers were backwards. And it would be easy
okay.
to do because it's like left square, right square on the same instruction thing. And you could mix top and bottom. So I was quite relieved. I may
Hers
have
is
messed
unique.
up pretty much everything, but not that.
Good.
So
We need to move this hand. What do we do about this?
we could
What do we do about it?
we could put it in cake.
What if I took a handcuff and handcuffed it
Ooh.
right there?
Hi. You're shocked I have 2 kids, aren't you? And yes, they are mine.
I don't know. I took a DNA test, but they didn't.
Okay, this was from before. This was my garage project last week, which I super crazy enjoyed, and I would love to work on it again. But since the garage project is the middle of the week, and we film in the middle of the week, and it goes the whole week, and the filming's only one day, I work on it after.
Did you do enough? I
filming.
should take a picture.
Probably not. Okay.
I like this updating them, but not showing them another picture situation when it's
Yeah, that's gonna
the
be
two-parter.
every garage. So I did more up here in this little square thing. So not
Still love the colors.
Yep.
It's very
still,
bright.
Still elegant tapestry. It's still my unicorn.
What? It didn't change patterns?
Didn't change. I don't think we have anyone new, but just in case, that's what it's supposed to look like. As far as I know, I don't have any boo-boos. I did find one, which I had to undo and fix.
So
but-
now you don't have
But
any
now I
boo-boos.
don't. I mean, I possibly do. I just don't know it. At this particular moment, I don't know of any mistakes on this. How's that?
Excellent.
I would definitely not bet anything on it being accurate.
Me neither. Did I tell you?
My pattern.
Did I tell you Hunter found the meatballs?
No.
Okay, let's just pause for a fun story time. I was not feeling good the other day. It was a hard day. I was really tired. I was up the whole previous night. Just couldn't sleep. Miserable. Whatever. That afternoon, the day I didn't feel good, that afternoon I was home alone. Hunter was at work, Jacob was at work, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make myself a real meal because, you know, eating a bunch of snack foods doesn't help your crappy feeling. So I was gonna make a real meal, and what I like to make are frozen meatballs. You take frozen meatballs, like Italian meatballs, and then you homemade teriyaki sauce, because I like our homemade teriyaki sauce, and then you steam some rice, and you eat it all together. So it's my teriyaki meatball meal. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put on the rice, and that usually takes like 30 to 40 minutes. I'm gonna take a nap. So I do the rice, I take a nap, rice machine beeps. I'm like, okay, I'll get up and make the sauce. So I get the recipe, I start making the sauce. The last step in the sauce is to get the cornstarch and mix it with water, make the little paste, and then put it in the teriyaki sauce so it thickens, right? Mm-hmm. So I go in the pantry to find the cornstarch. And I will spare you the excessive amount of time that I spent looking for cornstarch, but I went up and down, side to side. I went through every single shelf and moved all the things, you know, that block your view.
You're not sparing us. I feel like we're there doing it.
I really looked for 10 or 15 minutes, and I was like, okay, fine. I won't have cornstarch. My teriyaki will just be very, very, very thin, right? Like, oh well. Let me just get the meatballs, because I was going to put the meatballs in the teriyaki sauce to defrost.
Jammies.
Yeah. And I went in the freezer, and I could not find the meatballs.
And there's only so many places meatballs can be. They're frozen.
Up and down. I checked every bag. I went in the garage. I checked the freezer out there. There were lots of things, but not meatballs.
So where did you find them?
Hunter came home, so all I ate was rice and really thin teriyaki sauce, and it was so sad. So sad. Hunter, okay, she came home that night, but I was already asleep. So that morning, the next morning, which I think was yesterday morning, she looked in the freezer. They were right on top, right in the front. I pulled a man. That's what I did. I pulled a man. It was right there. It said meatball. It's not the brand I'm used to, so maybe because I had a headache and I was tired, maybe I was just looking for that brand and it wasn't there.
I think his house is haunted and the ghosties took him.
Maybe, but I was so disappointed because had I just had cornstarch or had I just had meatballs, this meal would not have been horrible. So I was like, okay, fine, the meatballs are here, but you will not find the cornstarch. And she looks and she looks and she looks and she looks. She spends 10 minutes looking. She looks in all of her cabinets. She looks on top of the fridge. She cannot find the cornstarch. And the cornstarch, I know exactly what that looks like. And I know that I know what it looks like, right? Because we use it enough. She could not find it. So Jacob gets home. And we're like, we can't find it. Like, it's gone. And he looks through all the pantry.
If you tell me he walks in and just finds it, then...
He could not find it the first go-around.
Oh.
But he found it the second go-around. And I don't know how all of us missed it so many times, but there was like, I have pastaronis here, and I have mac and cheeses a little bit further back, because it's like the front of the shelf, so like pastaronis, and then mac and cheeses, and then rice-a-ronis, and it was like, right here, just like...
Well, it doesn't
Which
belong
it
to
does
pasta.
not. No, and I did not put it away last time.
It wasn't me.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at them who are probably listening to me as I edit this. It was not me.
Okay.
But
that was work on my watch. I took care of it for you while you were talking.
Oh, good. What did somebody need? It's not work time.
Yeah, something with...
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we found the meatballs, and that's great news for this week. Meatballs and cornstarch have been found.
Back to stitchy stuff.
Yeah.
My weekend project was a clothes. Not that I don't care about the meatball cornstarch problem, but
Whatever.
technically that's the second time I've heard this story, so,
It's a
you know.
joy show. You made a squirrel sound.
So, as you can see, I did stuff, and I did decide to do the border. Because I kept looking at... It's the only place where that bluish color is. It's called Old Money. And I really liked the way it looked with all the
Okay,
other
you were
colors.
moving this way too
I
much for
know.
me to do it.
I'm sorry. I was trying to get more comfy. More comfy.
Y'all see that? That's what she did. Wow.
Isn't it pretty?
It is pretty.
I'm glad, like, when the wheel spun it, I was like, eh. But then I started working on it, and the more I did, the more I was like, I like this.
Good.
I was just kind of put off because it's the same thing 4 times. And like, duh, everybody else that looked at that knew that. But I was like, no, maybe each one's a little bit different. No, it's the same all the way around. But it looks nice, so
Yes.
I like it.
I really like the colors together. They're a good color combination.
Yeah, because I held up the...
Oh my
Come
goodness.
back. I held up the thing of floss, deflossies. And I was like, that is so pretty. And then I took this one out because that's the old money. And then I held it again, like without that. And I was like, it's pretty, but it's not the same as with the blue. So I was like, okay, you have to do the edge. I have no idea how Carla, being crafty, is going to make a pillow with that much of an edge. But I'm sure she either will and it'll be perfect.
Or she won't.
Or she won't and I'll
That's okay.
do something else with it.
We're in no
So-
worse position.
Exactly. I just appreciate that she's willing.
Yeah. What next?
That should be nice to her, huh?
Yeah,
Probably.
probably.
I told you last time that the beaded fractal I worked on, but I would show it the next time because it was in the garage. I haven't worked on it again. You weren't going to see much difference, but since I was down there getting this other project, I thought, well, I'll grab that one.
Oh, you did
So-
some more, yeah.
Down here.
From when we last saw it.
Yeah, so
I imagine I probably saved a picture of that. You can probably see a before and after.
I hope so, because, I mean, this is a kind of long-term project.
Yeah.
It is on my garage wheel. I do have a garage wheel now in case I didn't before. I think I did before.
I think you did.
But I know that one time I didn't. So I still really like it. And Carla, being crafty, she got one and started it.
Mhm.
And I saw it on Instagram, and I love it. And I'm like, I kind of want to buy that. And then she tells me where she gets it. I haven't, because I'm waiting. I haven't had a chance to watch her FlossTube.
okay,
Work's been busy, and I've been watching FlossTube, but like 3 a day, like so
Maybe.
slowly. So
I saw that.
it's on my thing. I watched her pin stitch one. If you should watch her pin stitch tutorial, because I don't pin stitch, but this one, when you do it, it's in the first leg, so you pin stitch in the leg part, and then you cross over, and you can't tell at all. So it's way better than like pin stitching from the side, and you should watch it. It's not a long video. She did an excellent job, and y'all should watch it. Carla Being Crafty, the pin stitch tutorial is just from like last week.
I'll put it down
I
here.
liked it. Yeah, you say that, but will you?
Maybe.
Will you?
It's possible.
Okay, so this is in the garage. It's on the Q-Snap, but I've only had the chance to work on it one day, so I don't think you're going to see a vast difference, but you'll see something. It's the ice cream bird one.
Yes.
Who ate my
How-
ice cream?
How could we forget?
I just can't remember the name of it. Something about eating ice cream, and I want ice cream every time I eat it.
Every time you eat it.
Chamoka. Every time I eat my stitching, I want ice cream. That looks like up. There we go. So I was working on the blue and the pink,
They look psycho.
and a little bit more I think over there. Can't really see from the back, but isn't he cute? He's a
Psycho.
cute birdie. I really like the way it looks, because in this, it looks kind of blocky, but here it doesn't look quite as blocky.
Well, see, I was just looking at this, and are you supposed to backstitch everything that's black? Probably, huh? So I wonder if that's what makes it blocky.
Yes, you're supposed to.
So maybe you just don't in some places.
Maybe.
Because that's what I just realized, like just now.
Yeah, maybe. See, would you backstitch it?
I think some of it's probably necessary, like the wing, but
Yeah, I mean, I think like the fingers and the
Yeah.
mug definitely,
Yeah.
but like the head, would you backstitch like around the outside the bird? That's a good point. Good question. Help. So that is it for whips.
Oh, okay. Well, I got whips.
I thought we were gonna move on without looking at your stuff.
Yeah, I know. Trying to get rid of me.
Every time I say maybe I'll just not do what the wheel says and do the Afghan, she gets grumpy. She gets violent. She beats me with rubber bands.
I do.
I see you looking for it. It's over there. Don't
Oh, I know where it
It's too
is.
far away.
Oh, I know where it is. Okay, so I didn't finish my pea stem. I'm sorry. I did do the part where I skipped it, where I skipped the row, but you really can't tell if it's gonna look good or not. Yeah, see?
So pretty. I mean, I want to see it in person, but that pea is massive.
I know it is.
Holy
It's huge.
pea stems.
It's
That's
huge,
huge.
patoogie. So I took out 2 rows from in here before it got big.
It's like the same size as my head.
That tells you how big this Afghan's gonna be.
A massive head.
Yeah. So I took out 2 rows in here.
Okay. You feel good about it?
Well, I mean, so far it looks pretty normal, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't know it was all messed up and...
Wonky.
Yeah.
Okay, so you also might have noticed that this is bigger than it used to be.
The Q-snap.
Yeah. Granny sent it to me. She sent it to my house. Unfortunately, I was at work when it got here. But once I got home, I put it on. It's awesome. It's actually not a Q-snap brand. I meant to take a picture of it, so I will put a picture in it, take a picture and put it in for you. Did I tell you earlier it was SKC? Is that what I said? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And I dig it. This is way tighter than a Q-snap. Way tighter. And not only just these things, but the actual like putting together the inside part, the frame part, it has it's patterned so that way it slides in. It's like a slot and groovy kind of thing, but it's like still tubes, but you know it's not coming apart ever.
Well, that's good.
It's staying like this forever.
Because I found that if I
Yeah.
buy the Q-snaps on Amazon, they fall apart, even though they say Q-snap. But if I buy them from like 1, 2, 3 Stitch, super
fine.
tight, fine.
Well, let me tell you, this one was from Amazon, but it was fine. But it's not Q-snap, it's SKC. And it's an 11 by 17, and it fits perfectly in this bag. Look at this.
Yeah, I don't have a...
Perfectly in
Maybe.
the bag. Which is why I
Mine
bought
might.
this bag. I bought this bag to be bigger than the other Q-snap I had, because I didn't want to end up upgrading to a different size Q-snap and then not having a bag that fits it. So
I have the 11
That's
by
my haul.
17 for the Afghan. And it's in there with the Afghan, but I have not put it on yet. Because the wheel never seems to spin it. Speaking of the wheel... Wheel. That's
No.
Instagram. They look...
wait. Oh, okay.
I have
okay,
to
okay,
do
okay.
the-
No, okay, yeah, you're gonna do that. I also need you to say boop when you turn it on.
Oh, like now?
Yeah, but when it does the countdown. I'll make the boop sound.
You boop.
Boop! I realize it's more on me again.
Okay. This is for weekend. Weekend. But I reserve the right to not do whatever it says if I want to do the Afghan.
For weekend.
Beep. I'm working on that. That's Celtic season, summer, lavender and lace. Okay.
During the week? Garage?
No, weekend.
No, but what's your during, oh yeah, garage.
Yeah, I have to find it. Garage project.
I think you could probably reorder if you wanted to.
Probably.
Okay.
You want to beep?
Yep.
Yeah, you.
Beep! Mine sounded less like a voicemail. You put it in as beaded rectum.
But
Goodness gracious.
that's the beaded
Oh god.
fractal.
I'm so sorry. This is why.
Did that stop?
Yes, I did it.
Oh, okay.
Stop.
But that's really difficult for me to work on
Stop.
long term because like it hurts my neck and I just don't. It's in the garage. It's just not that comfy. So I will probably continue to switch between that and whatever I'm working on. So in the garage, I will maybe take out the Afghan.
You have to remind me to take pictures of that when it's out. I didn't take a picture last week. I didn't take a picture just now.
So yeah, my beaded cross stitch and the Afghan during the week.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
And
No.
then yes. And then Celtic summer on the weekend.
Oh, you're gonna split it up.
Yeah, you were busy yelling no
sorry.
and thinking about other things while I explained the whole thing about how I can't just work on the beaded cross stitch because it hurts my neck in the garage because it's not comfy.
I heard
so I will
that.
switch. Like, I should be switching between ice cream birds and that. I was switching between Broke and that. Like, I do Broke for a while and then I did that for a while. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I will focus more on the fractal, but I will probably throw a little Christmas Afghan in there.
Fine.
Although the garage is not the cleanest place. I mean, it's not
No,
messy,
see,
but
you shouldn't do
I
it.
have to be really careful.
No, you just talked yourself out of it.
No, I'll just keep the
Sorry.
fabric in the little tote thing and then attach it and weeble wobble.
Drag it through oil stains.
There's no oil in the garage.
That's what you think until your fabric finds it.
You can go out there and like do stuff, huh?
Sabotage.
Okay, so that's it for stitchy stuff. Thank you for sticking around for that. I wasn't going to say anything about this, but now I'm looking at the bike. I have a Peloton, and I've been trying to exercise more. I exercised last night, and I saw I was on ride 99. So the next time I do a ride, it's 100. It's your century ride, and they send you a t-shirt, and everybody's high-fives you.
You didn't tell me about a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, they're supposed to send you a t-shirt.
I have an account. I should be going on rides.
Yeah, they send you a t-shirt.
Do you have to like do the whole ride, or do you just click on like 100 videos and do like a minute out of each of them?
No, you have to like exercise. But you know, some people get grumpy because they have like 5-minute cooldown rides and 10-minute cooldowns and stuff like that,
count, yeah.
and those count. And some people delete them to keep them from counting, but other people just do that, and then they get to like the milestones really quickly, and then everybody complains on. If you think cross stitch is vicious sometimes on social media, you
Peloton
should see
people.
Peloton. Wow, they are vicious.
There's vicious people everywhere.
Vicious. Okay, so y'all been holding out on me.
Why?
And every time I visit another state now, I'm gonna go look.
What? Oh,
I went to
know.
a place called Smart and Final, which I'd only been to one other time in my life. And my son and I went, and we're walking down the aisle. It's kind of like I think it's supposed to be a store for like restaurants, kind of. So it's like big cans of stuff, but they also have little cans for us normal
bulk without
humans.
having to be a club member.
Yeah. But they have a huge variety, like more of a variety. The reason I was there before was because Oreo had put out a Rice Krispie treat flavored cookie, and I couldn't find it anywhere, but they had it. So I went and bought like everything they had. It was good. I said bought, not botten, but the way it probably sounded like botten, but I said bought. So my son and I went over the weekend, and I was walking down the aisle, and it caught my eye, and I slammed on my little foot brakes, and I backed up, and I said, oh, I'm buying that. It's called Creamies, and it's a reduced fat ice cream popsicle thing. Banana. I love banana flavored things. I don't really particularly like bananas themselves, but banana flavored things, and it tastes just like the banana shake that I love. So I love these things, and it's like 120 calories, and it's like 13 grams of sugar. Like, it's not horrific like you would think. So then I Googled, because Google's my friend, and Google told me, Google told me that they also make them in other flavors, such as chocolate, orange, cookies and cream, mint, chocolate-covered mint, and root beer.
Root beer!
There's other stuff too, cherry, and I don't know, there's other stuff, but
Yeah, I saw like a dark cherry dip or
root
something.
beer.
Or something.
So I want that one. So I was like, oh, I'm going to see what Smart and Final has. So I looked at Smart and Final, and they have, according to online, they have cookies and cream, they have banana, which I knew, and they have chocolate. Yeah, I mean, banana, yes. Others, maybe. So then I looked at the Creamies people website thing to see, like, where can I buy this? Well, in California, you can buy it at Smart and Final. That's it. In other states, you can buy it at Albertsons, Smart and Final, Sam's Club, apparently Walmart. There's a few places. And y'all have all the better flavors. Why is nobody telling me about this? And how do I get some?
You go to a different state. Or you just learn to like chocolate.
Banana. But I really want to try root beer. And I was reading reviews, and somebody said, my mom really loves the banana ones, but she also loves the root beer. I was like, I love the banana. I'd probably love root beer. So has anyone tried a root beer creamy? Anyone?
I feel like that's a real long shot, but it's possible.
Probably everybody's like, yeah, we eat those all the time. What do you haven't? They even have a variety pack that had orange, banana, and chocolate. Oh, but Smart and Final doesn't. Nobody in California does. So now I feel like I need to travel. So you tell me where the root beer is, what state has root beer, and I will go there.
Not just the soda.
Yeah, not
There's
soda.
like
I
things.
love the soda, but I try not to drink soda, so. Ice cream's fine, soda's not. onto a less tasty subject, and then we can go on to you. And feel free to edit this out. Like, you can always edit out anything I say, but this, you might decide I should not be sharing.
La 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 la.
We have had a rough time in 2020, in case you didn't know that. On top of the things everybody's been dealing with, you know, COVID, riots, hot, murder hornets, all that stuff. At the cabin, we have had what I call plagues.
Yes.
Plague 1, pine cones. We had to do the pine cone cleanup, and I whined to you guys that we had so many pine cones. And I gave her a picture. I think she put it in at the time.
Of a lot of pine
they
cones.
were piled up. We had an unbelievable amount of pine cones, and people that have lived there longer said this is a crazy amount of pine cones. So it's not my imagination. It's not just me exaggerating. Pine cones. Pine cones.
Yes.
We had another plague. Moths. We had moths. We had a crazy amount of moths. You could vacuum up 100 moths in an evening and they would reproduce by the next morning. Like, and everybody, it doesn't matter how well sealed up the cabin is, moths.
Yeah.
The neighbors have a lot of us have tankless water heaters, and the flamey part on the outside thing attracted them. It was so many, it clogged like the water heater stopped working. Like, and they have the most sealed cabin of anybody I know. So it's not just us. The next plague was spiders. While I did not see many of them, everything was covered in webs. You would walk in the door, webs. My husband always went first, and he flailed around. Like, he'd start out walking, and he'd like, ah! And then he's just, ah! Through the cabin. They're everywhere. Outside, inside. There's webs everywhere, on everything. I've not seen this many webs. And this was my least popular of all the plagues, right?
Not fun.
I didn't enjoy that one, even though I hardly ever actually saw spiders. And we're still dealing with the webs. So spider plague, still happening. No moth plague. I cleaned up the pine cone plague. We should be good.
Yeah.
So then, we moved on this weekend to the 4th plague. Now there is a 5th plague, however it has not plagued us mostly yet. So I will get to plague 5. Remind me there's a 5th plague.
Okay.
Plague 4. We have had a mouse issue, which for the last couple of weeks, we normally will have 1 or 2 mice at any given time. Not even that often, but we'll set traps. Like, we'll start to notice there's some droppings, so we set traps. We get 1, maybe 2, and then we're good for a couple of months. And then maybe we notice something, put them out again. Our alarms were going off multiple times every night, inside, outside, everywhere, because of motion. So my husband said, it's a mouse. We have a mouse. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So he went up one day during the week and he set traps. And then we went back on the weekend. No, it was the other way around. He set traps on the weekend and he went back during the week. And he told me that there were 9. 9. He caught 9.
That's a lot of mice.
9. I didn't even know there were that many mice in the forest. Like, we just don't have that big of an issue. So I was like, oh, that's not good. He's like, but I think I got them all. I'm like, okay. So I go up this weekend. We drove separately. He got there first. He said we caught, I think, 1. Okay. I'd been there maybe an hour. You hear the trap. And it makes me so sad. I don't want to kill mice. I really, truly don't want to kill mice. And I was like, oh. He took it outside. There was 10. Number 10. Not 10. Yeah. That was number 10. So, nothing. Nothing that night. Nothing. But he warned me, don't open the laundry room door. And I was like, why? And he said, it smells like a dead mouse in there. And I was like, delicious. Okay. So I just did as he said, and I didn't open the laundry room door. He's like, tomorrow when it's daylight and all that, you and I are going to have to get in there and figure it out. I was like, it's a stitch or find dead mouse carcass.
Toss it.
So, they progressed. I didn't smell anything. I opened the door. I didn't smell anything. I went back into the bedroom to fold some laundry, and I was like, that's a little potent. So I'm like, honey, I smell it in the bedroom. And he's like, that's weird. So he came in the bedroom. He's like, I do smell it. He's like, why would it be in the bedroom if it was in the laundry room yesterday? And I kept going to the laundry room, and I'm like, yeah, I don't smell it. And I go in the bedroom, and I smell that. We discussed. We showed shown flashlights. We moved furniture. There's just not that much in the bedroom. Like,
Yeah,
there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
We could not find it. And so I forget why he realized it, but he's like, oh, you know, the laundry drain is in between, it's in the wall between the two rooms. He's like, go over there and smell the drain. Because, like, it's closed, but there's a little gap, little teeny tiny gap. And I was like, okay, why don't you? He's like, because I can't really fit in there. I was like, okay. So I went, and then I spent the next 5 minutes running around the cabin going, that was it. Am I going to be, God.
Oh, you would have done that. That
For
was
like
so
5
silly.
minutes. It was in my head. It was in my face. It was awful. So then he's like, oh, well, let me see. And then he bends over and sniffs. You telling me you couldn't do that when you just did it? So he's like, yeah, definitely. He's like, I think there's a dead one in the drain pipe. And I said, so what do we do? Do you have to like snake it? Do you have like a tool? Do we just run the washer and it washes it out? He's like, I think we could probably just run the washer and go out to the leach field. And he's like, it might smell a little bit out there, but, you know, we can't really snake it. And he's like, I don't have a P-trap on this. And he's like, we'll just do it. But we had to run an errand. So we ran the errand and we came back. And I was like, I don't want to start the washing machine while we're gone, just in case. So he starts the washing machine. And we're both busy doing stuff. And then he goes in the back to do something. And he's like, oh, no. And he shuts off the washer. And there was water in the cabin. It had backed up into the cabin, like the drain thing. There wasn't a ton of water, and fortunately it was like the old floor, so we just real quickly we cleaned everything off of the floor in the laundry room because we need to redo the closet, and so in the meantime everything that was in the closet is just on the floor in there. So
Yeah.
we get everything out, dry it all off and everything, and I'm like, so what do we do? Do we snake it? Like, what do you do? He's like, you know, I honestly don't know what we're gonna do. And so I sit down and I start Googling, what do you do when there's a dead mouse in your laundry drain?
Like, how did it get in there?
Yeah, well, through that one little crack, I think. So he's like, well, put steel wool in that spot. And the neighbor had some we knew from when he had the issue, so we just grabbed some of it, and he did do that. But while I'm Googling what do you do about a dead mouse, which don't do that, it brings up a lot of really awful stuff, he had gone outside to open the leach opening thing and to see, and the water was definitely draining out of the cabin into the thing, but it wasn't going down into the leach field. So either the leach field failed or it just had a clog of some sort. So I'm staring at the drain while he goes in the house, and he grabs the grabby things. And I'm keep telling him, I don't see how the leach field could fail, because if we had a bucket and dirt in the actual septic leach for like 4 years and didn't even know it, I can't imagine the one dedicated to laundry would fail.
Yeah.
Especially because we've only had it like a year or two. So, and we did both, that one and this one. And
Did you have like a long grabby stick, or was it like a
you know those
tongs?
Those. Yeah, like that long.
Like a tool?
Oh wait, this was a short one. It's a little one. It's the
Like
one that's
tweezers?
like no, it's like on a thing and you squeeze at the top in the tiny little thing.
Oh, okay.
So he's calling right now, but he's gonna have to wait. So he sticks it down into the water in the hole, and he hits something soft. He's like, oh yeah, there's something soft. And I was like, okay, so it's a mouse. Pulls it out. It's 2 mice hugging. So I'm practically in tears because the mice are hugging, and they're so cute, and I feel so bad, and they're definitely dead. And then the water wasn't draining still. So we stuck it back in, pulled it out, 2 more mice. He repeated this 7 mice. 7.
that had like crawled in that drain and then
Died. 7 mice were in the drain.
no. So that brings your total up to what, 19?
Yeah, we're at 19. And as soon as he pulled them out, the water drained right down. Everything was fine, and we finished running the washer and everything. But
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So then, Plague 5.
That hasn't hit you
That
yet?
hasn't really affected us. We have
Okay.
it, but it hasn't really affected us.
Oh, I would like to point out though, people in our old neighborhood are also having a mouse problem. They've been posting all over Facebook.
Okay.
So apparently it's not just you guys, not just forest people, but like normal people too. They're like, I have mice running around outside. Like I look out the window and there's mice. What? Why? What?
We have a neighbor that shares a cleaning woman. I don't have anyone that cleans the house, but I have a woman that comes and she cleans the cabin once a month. And she
spider webs.
yeah, she also cleans the house for the neighbor, and she was telling us that she keeps trying to tell him, like, there's a serious mouse problem in his cabin, that they're, like, tearing up his furniture. It's terrible. So, because he hardly ever comes up, so he doesn't see it. He has to find out through her. And she also warned him about the moths, but for some reason, I guess he blamed her. She doesn't make moths, so I guess he thought she wasn't cleaning well enough, but he didn't realize the extent of the issue, that it's every night, there's hundreds. So
There's new mods.
It's not like, I mean, she doesn't live there, so.
Okay, so
anyway,
plague 5.
Plague 5. So we went over to, I told you before, we were doing work for the neighbor because he had just had a baby. Well, his wife had a baby, and so they haven't come up, and so we said we would work on the cabin to make it a place that she would want to come to, especially with a baby. So we've been doing work over there, but we hadn't done anything for a while. So we're like, hey, let's go get that steel wool stuff. And so we went across the street, and he opened it up and had the spider web, and then immediately my husband was like, something happened. And I was like, what do you mean something happened? And then I stepped in and I was like, oh, something happened. It was moth cemetery. Like, it was moth wings, moth dust, as far as I could see, right? You're like, that's not plague 5, that was plague 2. So I walked into the living room. Now, there's no electricity in that part of the house at this point, but, you know, you can see enough. There were bat droppings all over, because everything's covered in white sheets. As far as the eye could see, it was dead moth and bat droppings. I don't believe it was mice, even though they look the same. The droppings, they're similar. But he has never really had a mouse issue.
And mice don't leave droppings everywhere.
No.
They leave them around edges.
Yeah, this was clearly, they have bat problems, and they have had bat problems. So we're trying to help him with that, but
Well, this doesn't sound like a good baby safe environment.
no. So we actually texted him and said, in case you were thinking of having a surprise visit, please don't. Give us a couple weeks to clean this up for you. You would not be happy if you came and found this. So we're going to have to spend the next weekend or 2 cleaning his cabin.
Can't even imagine just vacuuming it all.
Yeah, I guess Dad went back the next day and he swept some. He said it's not as bad in the daylight as you thought it was. He's like, it does clean up easily. We just need to do it. I was like, okay. We do have bats. However, we have them outside in the shingles, and only on the part of the shingles that we didn't replace. So we do need to continue replacing, but it's a lot of... Does anyone want to come help us replace shingles? Because I'll feed you.
That's
You
it.
could sleep at the neighbor's cabin with the bat droppings and the bombs.
It's otherwise a very nice cabin.
So, yeah. Plague 5. I don't know what Plague 6 is going to be. I'm joking that it's locusts or frogs, but I truly don't know what the
It
next
could be
plague will be.
frogs.
It
I think
could
you
be.
have to get moisture.
Last year it was wasps, which is what I'm really worried it's going to be again this year.
It could be.
But I did take another picture of the squirrel. No, the chipmunk. I think it's a squirrel
It is
again.
a squirrel.
Not
No table manners.
not using proper squirrel etiquette while eating at the picnic
You
table.
said that to the family, you think?
I thought I sent it to just you, but I don't know what I sent.
that's kind of
it
what I
to.
thought first, and then I was like, no, that's probably...
I'm sure I have it. I can send it again, but
I got it. Yeah, I have it.
okay.
Still bad etiquette.
I feel like there's something else,
that's
but
it.
I don't know what it was. That was just a lot of blathering, so cut out this whole part where we did nothing. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Bye, people.
Hako says goodbye. He's gonna yell at me. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.
My phone's
Goodbye.
ringing again.
Goodbye.
Okay.